as I was saying, the holidays billing sheet here for who played at the session and their addresses and what they were making and their social security numbers. I'm not really showing anything new here. This is all located either in Look, Listen, Vibrate, Smile book by Dominic Priori or Keith Badman's Beach Boys Journal of Performances and Recordings in the Studio. So this is Holidays. And you see Brian, Carl, and Dennis in there, Van Dyke, Jay Migalori, Charles Britz, Chuck Britz, of course. Moving on, there's a couple more. There's this one for Pet Sounds. It's written all over the place. I believe this one was in the Pet Sounds Sessions box set. I think. I've not looked at that booklet for a while. And of course the Wrecking Crew there. And here's Tones, part number 3. More Smile. Very cool to see this kind of stuff. I love it. Very historically cool stuff. This is a review. I wish I had it. It's the California Music Complete Disc. And they titled the essay, How to Enjoy 70s Jamaican Disco Music. But this is California Music, the one that Bruce Johnson was a part of with Terry Melcher, that Brian produced, what was it, Why Do Fools Fall in Love, and played on Jamaica Farewell. It's a really cool little biography here, or not biography, but article on the release. And here's the track listing itself. So Don't Worry Baby, that's it's got Bruce on there, that the lead vocal. It's kind of funny. He actually rewrote some of the lyrics on there. 10 Years Harmony, which is Endless Harmony, just an early version that was offered for So Tough. Why Do Fools Fall in Love, of course, I already mentioned, as well as Jamaica Farewell. California Music is, I've only heard it a couple times, but it's a fun little song. And the cover of I Can Hear Music is interesting, the disco remake of it. And Disney Girls, they did that, which is pretty cool. So moving on, there's not much left. They did offer the shirt from the convention from 1992. And here's some postcards and stamps that they were selling as well. These were the stamps that you could buy. And these were the postcards. That's what they looked like. And here's some ads. ESQ had a garage sale. They had a bunch of stuff for sale. Some posters, some really cool stuff. I wish I would have bought this kind of stuff. Booklet for Two-Lane Blacktop ads. Posters, Girls on the Beach. Some awesome books. Here's some great boots that were available at the time. Fun stuff. Some posters, Summer in Paradise there offered. And here's, they advertised some of the Beach Boys newsletters. So there's what was available at the time. And here's, I don't know who wrote it, but it's Brothers, Cousins, and Friends. Let's read along here. Is Smile lost on Murray's son? Do the boys got a sea of tunes? Is Passion's light some summer fun? Is Camelot's death a surfer moon? Sometimes fun times, every neighbor's town. Sometimes fun times, every neighbor's town. Is a medley on the ascension. Have vibrations cried out to be? Are stripes turned taut with tension? Does our brother live in the sea? Has Santa Ana turned 25? Is dreamin' out of reach? Is rock and roll still alive? Yeah, the boys are on the beach. Brothers, cousins, and friends never left now. So there's that. There's a little ad on the back from the olden days. Pretty cool. Pretty cool issue. We have about 5 to 7 minutes left for this, as I advertise on my Facebook. ESQ Summer 93. Here's a pretty cool little ad there for them performing 1962. Of course, they said, Surfing Safari through Stacko Tracks. And here we have Lee Dempsey and David Beard taking over as editors. Pretty interesting stuff. There's the what the contents held here in this issue. Very interesting stuff. Lee Dempsey writes about being a fan of the music and not trying to write as much about the backstage stuff. They will do that, but not as much. Here's some ideas, and old and new ideas that they were going to be doing. Of course, Les Chan was writing for them at the time. May he rest in peace. And Rick and Phil were still guest editorials, doing that as the West Coast liaisons of ESQ. And there's the guys themselves, the editors. Of course, David Beard there on the right, and Lee Dempsey on the left, I'm assuming. Cool stuff all in the background there. Very cool picture of Brian Wilson drawn there, Melt Away by David Beard. Great picture. And here we have a review, of the 30 Years of Beach Boys, the box set. Great review. What some of the magazines were saying, Rolling Stone and Time, had some great stuff to say about it. Here's some more session sheets. These are for earlier stuff. Right Away, Back Home on Black Wednesday. I'm pretty sure these were both in the Keith Badman book. Of course, none of these were released originally at that time. Home on the Range, of course, Cabin Essence, and My Only Sunshine. So we have Smile stuff here. More session logs. And you'll see the SSNs have been blocked out now. Was that like that on the other page? Yeah, it was. Excuse me. I'm rather yawny today. And more Friday Night, I'm in Great Shape, and Heroes and Villains. Which it does say I'm in great shape, but as we all know, that's not the same thing. Or was it? So, we have a little review about how awesome Stacko Tracks is. More collector's items. When Summer Comes, Gonna Hustle You with Jan and Dean. Talked a little bit about the Heroes and Villains sleeve here, as Dean Torrance helped on that. Here's more about what was being released. Here's some great pictures from the 70s. See Blondie there, of course Mike and Carl. There in 1971, Carnegie Hall. Very cool. Here we have an interview with Dean Torrance that started. And it's really interesting. He talks about doing their TV show, which Mel Brooks actually had a part in, doing different jokes and stuff. And then Jan getting his car wreck, and Dean working on Save for a Rainy Day, and Yellow Balloon. So I really don't know a lot about Jan and Dean, so very interesting to read. There's a ad of Jan and Dean's Yellow Balloon. This, as it looks like Jan, is actually Jan's brother. I can't remember his name though. Jan's brother, Ken Berry. don't think it's the same Kinberry that's on Marvin's Family. Apology for a Genius talks about Brian's behavior and being a genius, and how everything came together as Carl liked Chuck Berry, and Dennis knew his surf and cars, and Mike knew his R&B, how everything came together. Steve Douglas by Les Chan, fondly remembered. Steve Douglas had passed away in